Loyalty is an attribute to be admired. We're going to talk about it right here. Some loyalty experts, construction and roofing. Stay tuned for this one, everyone. Welcome everyone to the Your Little Castle Show. We get to talk to some of the experts who've been through some challenges in life. I got to talk to Tariq, our guest here today. Tariq, welcome Tariq Lewis to our Your Little Castle studio, and we're going to talk about all kinds of fun stuff. You're going through some stuff in life, as we all do, and you've just got that strong mental attitude, it seems, and that positive perspective.
Well, thank you, Carter. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad for this opportunity, and hopefully that this story inspires some people and makes a difference.
Well, yeah, they say life is what you make of it, and we cite Mr. Green a few times. He's written many books, and he says if there's anything that can help with your proliferation, your happiness, your success, it's your attitude.
That's exactly right.
And if your attitude is right, a lot of things will follow.
Yes.
If you think you can,
you can.
Or if you think you can't,
you can't.
You are correct, right? You've heard that one.
Yes.
Shout out to our sponsors. We appreciate Carroll House Furniture because you like nice things in your little castle. And I created that little slogan there that we tack on the end there. In your little castle, because you might have a nice little castle that's also been rebuilt, constructed, fixed, new roof. Could very likely the case. Loyalty, put them up here. Loyalty Roofing and Construction LLC, and Tariq doing a great job there. And I love your story. We're going to get into that a little bit too.
Perfect.
And again, you may be then also looking for something longevity wise, investment wise, and so we talk a little bit about big leagues, My Metal Pro, bigleagues.com. We're putting a lot of our guests on that on the website there to spotlight those that are doing a good job. Check out Big Leagues, double G, B-I-double-G leagues.com, but go to goldcowboy.com to learn more about how you can invest in gold, which is going crazy. I didn't realize it's up over $3,600 an ounce now.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize what's that mean. Well, it means like it was $30 an ounce back in 1972, so do the math on that. It's pretty unbelievable what has happened with gold. All right, let's jump in here, talk about it. Tariq, what led you here? Why did you decide to get into the construction industry?
Well, I never thought looking back on my professional career, I didn't plan on being here. Never even thought about it. But as a child, I used to play with Legos, and now it makes sense why I used to play with Legos. I used to build everything, cars, houses. I would construct anything out of Legos, and my original passion was supposed to be healthcare. That was my directive, and then the flip got script, or the script got flipped, and here I am now, owning and operating a roofing and construction company, having the time of my life.
Well, tell me a little bit about the background. I mean, you gave a pretty extensive professional background, corporate America, I guess some of that was.
Yeah.
And then one day somebody just said, we got a different path
for
you.
I've always, and I don't know if this is, there's always a better way. Let's just say that. And leadership has always been something that I've had a passion about, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm always looking at the efficiencies, because we're all on limited time. The world turns on a dime. It's about efficiencies in anything you do, and so there's always a better way to do things. And when it comes to roofing and construction, the industry standard has been the industry standard for years, and so Loyalty Roofing and Construction represents a complete flip on that script. Our goal is to honestly revolutionize what the roofing and construction industry has stood for years, and bring honesty, transparency, and one of the things we say is we're constructing your vision constructed through the fine art of construction, your vision realized through the fine art of construction. Everything has a science, and when you understand the fundamentals of things, you can build off of that. And in construction is no different. Understanding the fundamentals, understanding weather patterns, and what happens to a structure when weather patterns hit it. How that manifests in different parts of the materials on the home, or even recognizing a problem from when a structure was newly constructed, where they took a shortcut or repurpose some things that weren't supposed to be repurposed a certain way, and you found out years later that now you have some wood rot or deterioration in the substructure because of poor workmanship, poor craftsmanship, or it wasn't built right the way it was supposed to from the get-go. So that's why, that's why we exist.
Yeah, well, I could say there's so much that goes into the construction world. I mean, how often is it the case the consumer, the homeowner, really understands everything that's going on? I mean, there's just too much for them to actually comprehend.
Yes.
And so then when you end up with, you're putting your trust into somebody that you can count as to be loyal, right? I like the name of your company.
That's exactly right.
Because you're trusting that they're going to do a good job. They're going to put things in the right place. They're going to use the right materials.
Yes.
And construct that thing to last for a long time. So
that's what it's about. It's about longevity. It's sad nowadays when you can buy a newly constructed home and you only have a year warranty on that home, but you can buy a brand new car and the warranty lasts. Oh yeah, we'll give you a 200,000, 20-year warranty on a car that you're only going to keep for maybe 10 years or less.
Right.
It's just very odd. But yeah, the industry needs to change. And so this is the start of that. Hopefully, that's the goal.
You saw an opportunity. What? Give me, if you want. I liked your story about how you just said, "Hey, man, I'm going to go for it." What was it that clicked in your mind that sent you in that direction?
My dad, my father was a owner of a upholstery company, but my dad had some underlying demons that where he wasn't successful. And so my dad always had these brilliant ideas. He would talk, but my dad was not a man of action. And as I got into the professional, he always said, son, work for yourself. But I never knew what that meant back then or how I was even going to go into that. But as I got into professional career, I just noticed that no matter what I did, no matter where I went or what position I was in, there were inefficiencies. And the customer or the client or the patient or whatever at the end of it pays for it. And these companies are making all kinds of profits and, increasing the shareholder margins, but the customer is getting a bad product and a bad service. And because you're the monopolizer, that is the standard, And so this business is all about trust. Even in my previous, when I was working for a previous roofing company, people would always say, Ty, we trust you, we like you, we love you, we don't like your company or whatever, the processes that are happening behind the scenes. So just in recognizing that and, in feeling at those lows where, you do something and you're passionate about it, but the bottom falls out from it. And honestly, that was God working to build me up to this moment in time where I could take a passion and a vision and create something amazing out of it. And so we're not perfect because you're never perfect. We're always, challenging our model and our efficiencies and our systems and processes because we want our business for the consumer, for the customer that chooses to work for us. We want it to be a symphony of efficiency because construction's stressful. It's stressful on us, but it's also stressful on the homeowner because they don't know what they're getting into, and we bring discoverables to them, and this is what happened. But at the end of the day, we want the customer to know that we did the right thing no matter what, whether for a profit, for a loss, or break even. The job must be done right, and that's the business model we want to stick with.
Write that one down. No matter what it takes, you're going to do what's right for the consumer.
That's right.
That's when you're taking that long perspective, because you're not just looking for that short-term gain.
Yes.
You're saying, hey, we're going to do this for the long term. It may cost us a little bit right now. We may not make as much money right now, but the reputation that comes along with doing it right will last.
Yes. What I've noticed before is that whenever I was working for the other roofing company, I would always challenge people. They would say, "Oh, we already have a roofer," and I'd be like, "Oh, who are you working with? I'm doing an analysis to see who's capturing the market share in this area." And they'd be like, "Well, I don't even know their name. I can't even remember." I want to be remembered when a customer says, "Who did your construction or who did your roof?" Oh, Loyalty Roofing and Construction. They always send us Christmas cards, and we love those guys. I want our company to be remembered, and that's how you establish that long-term vision. You focus on, we might not make it up here, but guess what? Long-term, when that customer has a need, they're going to think of us. They're not going to look through the Google. They're going to know who to call right off the bat.
Well, that's why I love working with smaller business owners. We've recently had a couple repairs and things that we've had done on a couple properties we have for Airbnb, and we use the local guys because we knew we could trust them, and that's why we want to emphasize somebody who does this at a local level. Your core target audience, I guess, is where's the primary area that you serve?
We serve the Southwest Missouri area, and all that means is we're based out of Nixa, Missouri, which is pretty much the Springfield Springfield, Missouri area. We service about a 70-mile radius around Springfield, Missouri.
Okay. Yeah. So, and there's a pretty good population through there, probably not too far from Kansas City.
Yes, it's not densely populated. It's just it's expansive area. Lots of square feet.
And there's a lot of new houses down there too. A lot of new construction.
Everywhere you turn, it's like, oh, they're building there. Oh my gosh, it's just can't keep up with it.
Well, it's a beautiful part of the country, and there's lots to be
is.
done there. But you want to find the people that are going to do the work professionally, loyally, and correctly. I like your tagline. I'm going to leave that there. It is right there. Like man's best friend, we're here to the end. Where'd you come up with that? I like the loyalty. The dog, yeah, man's best friend. Tell me about that.
It's in those lowest moments of life when you're really sitting in those moments of peace and quiet, and you're letting God talk to you, or whatever you want to call it. This whole vision about what's our branding going to be? What's this going to be? And so I sat on this journey, and it was a very deep spiritual journey. What the name of the company, what it represents, what the color orange means spiritually, symbolically, what a dog and a shield represents. I knew that the roofing construction industry is very competitive. There are hundreds of roofing and construction companies. We all do the same thing, say the same thing, sell the same thing. We all look the same thing. Even the logos look the same. It's a house with a Joe's whatever, right?
Right.
And I knew that going into this, it was gonna be a huge undertaking, and I was gonna have to go big and bold, something that captures people's attention. It doesn't get lost in the sauce of all the other logos, but maybe something they could spiritually connect with and remember. It's something simple, because I'll be looking at a logo like, because I'm always looking at who is the next professional that I could work with. Maybe I could refer business, and I'm like, I can't even read their logo or whatever, or I can't even remember it. So, in that whole thinking of this whole process through from start to finish, something super powerful, something super simplistic but memorable.
That's the key to it. These days, you have to get to the point quickly and
Yes.
make it something easy to remember. And
Yes.
I love that logo. I'll put that up there for everybody to see. Loyalty Roofing and Construction LLC. You got the LLC, which is good. And is that a hound? I guess in the
Yeah, it's a customer once told me, he's like, do you realize, do you know what kind of dog that represents? And I didn't even think about it. But people, you have that kind of analytical mind, and it's like, yeah, it was this kind of a dog, and I'm like, well, I didn't even think of that. I just wanted you to connect with the whole thing. But yeah, it could be whatever you want it to do, because dogs are. It doesn't matter. Some are more better than others, but overall, a dog is loyal. They're right there. You see people walking their dogs; they're right there next to them.
Yep.
They're up on their lap. People love dogs more than they do people sometimes. So, people depend a lot on their pet, on their dog, and so they understand symbolically what that means.
Yeah, that's a good point to make for something you would like to emphasize as a matter of what your theme is and what you stand for.
Yes.
So I two beautiful dogs that finally went to heaven. They got them to be 12 years old as Labrador Huskies. They were big dogs, and getting them at 12 years old was pretty good. But
Part of
they
your
were
family.
They were loyal, man, and they come
Yeah.
running around, and they would defend me. And if anybody messed with me, they would bark them down. But
There you go.
that's part of what you get. And I like the symbolism there that equates to what you're talking about.
Yes.
Tell me, I feel the passion here. Tell me, what is it about this that fuels your passion every day? You get to help consumers.
For years, Carter, it was, in my younger years, I was always told, Ty, you're mature. But when I look at myself now, I was really an amateur. And for years, we spent so much time striving after money, making ends meet, doing this and the next big thing, this and that. The wife wants this, the kids want that. And it's been a striving after things that really don't matter. And now where I am now in life, it's not about the money at all, weirdly enough.
I like that.
It's crazy. I don't even know. I'm at so much peace right now with where I am in life, and it's about bringing value and knowing that you're doing something, you're building something bigger than yourself, and you're involving people, and that's what this whole company represents, is literally redemption. Because I've done some things wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinful man just like anybody else, and this company represents a second chance at redemption to do things the right way. And people that we employ is kind of the same thing. It's their second chance at redemption, because every single one of the people that work for our company have a story to tell, have been through some things, and this is their second chance at making a difference and making an impact, and then them reaping the benefits of it, because our goal is to eventually make this an employee-owned company, so that we can all partake of the abundance of blessings by doing things the right way, right? And so you have, I want our people to be bought into that vision. It's not just a theme, it's not just for show, it's theater, but it's really represented not only from the top all the way down through the organization. So
well said, everybody. With that, we're going to get into a little bit of the community stuff that we get to partake in a little bit here, trying to highlight those that are making a little difference in our community. So stay tuned for this quick little fun event we got to partake in. Here it is. Check it out. All right, everybody, we're here with Coach Jay, Miss True Fresh, Miss and Bubbles Fresh. Is that right? Tell me, Coach, what's going on here? Why are you having so much fun today?
So we're having so much fun today because we're celebrating Juneteenth. We have amazing talent out here, and of course, I have the Fresh to Clowns from St. Louis here as well.
Well, tell me, how much fun are you having here? What is this like for you?
I'm having a lot of fun, and this is really fun.
What are you getting to do? Because you're so dressed up. What's the most fun thing you're doing? Making people smile?
Yeah, and I got to dance, and I got to be in the parade.
You were in the parade. How big was the parade? Was that a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss True Fresh. Miss Bubbles Fresh, are you having fun here today too?
Yes.
What do you enjoy about the parade and everything you're doing today?
I'm just enjoying the dancing, everyone, and all the good vibes and spirits everybody's bringing today.
What was it like getting dressed up in such cool outfits?
Super fun.
All right, you ladies are a lot of fun. Thank you, Coach Jay.
Thank you.
We're having a blast here today.
And if you want to book the girls, book at freshtheclowns.com. You also can find us on social media, and then that way we can get connected and get the party started.
There you go. These girls can show up to your event. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, ladies. We're going to have you guys come up, maybe be on our show sometime. Appreciate you hanging out today. Stay tuned for more, everybody. It's the Cardinal Cowboy. Giddy up.
We so STL.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey everybody, Cardinal Cowboy here. I want to invite all of you to be part of my new team. No, you don't have to put on a baseball uniform and be a super fan. Now, it would be a good idea to cheer for the Cardinals, the greatest team in the history of the National League. But I'm talking about the Gold Cowboy team. You know, I love to help people follow their dreams and reach their goals in business and in life. So that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you about my friends at My Metal Pro. They help people like you and I acquire gold and silver with a membership that lets you safely buy, sell, and store gold and silver. They make it real easy to get started. My Metal Pro isn't like the big guys you see on network TV or the big coin shops that take a huge commission. So become part of my Gold Cowboy team. Scan the QR code or go to goldcowboy.com and check it out. Giddy up! Well, there we go. Lots of stuff we get to do in the community. Fun groups that we get to partake in. And my buddy, I give a shout out there to Scoo and the boxing stuff. He tied me in with the girls you saw there at the beginning of that. And just a lot of fun stuff going on in the community. But Tariq, tell me a little bit about this then. Let's do a little cost analysis. I can only imagine many times people are a little concerned about cost, right? That seems to be the biggest question in everyone's mind. What are some of the alternatives? I mean, I guess people, they have options, right? There's a number of roofing and construction companies out there, and you do a little bit of everything. You do kitchen remodeling, bath remodeling,
Yes.
and all the construction around a house. What are the things that people should consider? You know, what some of the costs that I can cut corners by doing it this way. I can hire the guy he just got his ladder on his truck. They get the tail light warranty, where warranty is as good as you can see his taillights.
Right.
Tell me, give me cost analysis. Why people should spend the money they should to do this the right way?
Well, because it's all about doing things the right way. I teach my children. I have a 22-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old. I always teach them because I was taught you do it right the first time. Because I've had mom come back when I was a young child. She'd give me a task, clean this, and then she'd come and inspect it, and she'd be like, this isn't right. You need to do it this way, right? So you lose a lot of time by doing that. It's about having no warranties, no comebacks. And people, the industry standard is there is no warranty, but now it's starting to pick up in the roofing industry that, hey, we'll give you a 10-year warranty. But overall, we do give warranties with everything that we do. Not only do we do a 10-year warranty on the roof, but we also give warranties on the work that we do. But that comes at a cost, right? No matter what in life, you get what you pay for. My goal was never to come in to be the cheapest guy, because there is somebody who will do it cheap, but you're going to get what you're going to pay for.
Right.
You as the homeowner are going to pay for it years on, or you're going to sell the house or the property, and the next homeowner is going to pay for that mistake later on. Because something's going to happen, something's going to rot, it wasn't done the right way, weather's going to get to it, especially in Missouri with our weather patterns, and then you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars later to correct something that could have been done right the first time. And that's the frustration in this, is people want it done the cheapest way, but you have to understand, okay, if you want it done that way, that's not our model, that we don't do that. Maybe that's a job that we might have to turn away. I'm sorry, this doesn't meet our business model. We'll gladly take your money, but our business model doesn't stand behind this, because guess what? Another contractor who's going to come in behind you is going to judge, well, who did this here and why did they do this? And I don't ever want that to happen with our company.
Reputation,
yes.
all tied in together. Yeah, they say in St. Louis, or in the Midwest, in Missouri, if you don't like the weather, wait a half an hour, it'll change, right? And so with that, we do get all kinds of different weather patterns, and then hail. And what are some of the biggest causes of the damage you see? Is it mostly wind? Is it hail? What do you see as a
honestly
primary?
It's neglect, Carter.
Okay.
But the homeowner doesn't know this. We don't know this, right? We have our homes, we build these homes, the big beautiful homes, and yeah, you can look at your roof and yeah, okay, I've looked at my roof for years, it never meant anything to me, it looks great. But it's just like in healthcare, the type of doctor you pick can either be a benefit to you or a detriment, or they could, right? And so when I was in healthcare, it was always about assessing things, right? You do an appropriate assessment, you find out what the root cause and issue is, and then you tackle it from there. But a lot of homeowners don't know, oh, my roof looks good. Well, your roof has been beat by hundreds of degrees of UV rays of 10 years worth of summers, 10 years worth of wind, 10 years worth of hail damage, and you probably should have filed a claim on this probably 5 years ago, but now the insurance is denying it because it's got too much wear and tear. Well, homeowners don't know that. Honestly, you should get your roof inspected by a trusted professional at least at a minimum every 2 years. That way they could say, these are the problems, these are your options, or guess what, you should file an insurance claim while you can, because if you wait, you're going to miss your window, because now it's going to be wear and tear and they're going to deny it. That's literally the honest, that's how it is.
Yeah, wear and tear is obviously
wear and tear.
Years of, but so what you're saying is essentially this damage can happen to something, and then they don't bother to have it inspected or looked at, and then the insurance company goes, well, that's 4 or 5 years ago. There's been a couple other storms since then. Damage that should have been repaired that would have kept further damage from happening.
Yes.
And now they deny the entire claim altogether.
Yes, or the last company who installed your brand new roof did it wrong, and now craftsmanship issues is the cause of bad workmanship is the cause of the roof failing. So there's a lot of different things that could go on. That's why who you choose really matters. Just like in who you date matters, who you marry matters. The list goes on, right? So yeah, but it's tough for the consumer because there's hundreds of companies out there. Who do you choose? Who do you go to? You know, we're all selling this beautiful shiny thing, and it all sounds good, but who do you really trust at the end of the day?
Well, that leads right into the next question. I don't know if you're reading ahead on me there. I don't think
No.
you were. But the question is, why should someone choose you, Ty?
You know what? In my professional growth, I've always learned as a leader that you don't want to be vulnerable as a leader. But I think people love vulnerability. People want to see you at your core of who you are as a person, and this is where the social media will eventually play in, is that we're going to do a lot more social media blitz about what we're doing. This is our crew in the action, right? This is us sweating and our horrible at our worst. You know, this is who you're working with. This is what we're doing, explaining the process and teaching people, because homeowners need to be educated as well. And I think they're looking for somebody out there who is willing to educate them, not just take their money, but educate them.
I like what you say there as somebody who comes from a family of teachers, of educators. My dad was a college admissions counselor. He's got scholarships named after me. So my mom, the building named after her when John
Yes.
Goodman came in for that.
That's
It's all about, my mom said, Carter, if you're ever going to do anything to actually help somebody, it purely is surrounded around educating them, giving them information
Yes.
so they can make a valid, educated decision, right? They say it's an educated decision. Why wouldn't you want to have that? But that's what you emphasize as a matter of the way you help consumers. They call it
Yes.
selling, but it's really educating people.
Yes, exactly right, Carter. Exactly right. Because a homeowner has their expectations, and then you, as the professional, that's why they called you, is not only because of your services, but because you are the professional. If you as a professional say, I understand what your expectation is, but you need to understand that if you do it this way, this could potentially happen. This could fester into this other problem. Or I completely agree with your plan. Let's rock and roll. When do you want to get started? So we always give the customer the option, but they're going to have to understand that if they choose to cut corners, well, guess what? You're giving up that warranty with that, because our model is no comebacks. We're going to do it the right way. That way it stands the test of time and it outlasts you. I mean, honestly, God forgive, we want to,
Well, then they can pass that on to the.
well, yeah, I
their
mean,
kids.
look at structures that were built hundreds of thousands of years ago in Rome and China and Asia and India. They're still standing the test of time, and this is past many generations of my family, your family. So, but nothing lasts anymore because everything's being thrown together.
Yeah.
Speed,
No comebacks. Do it
No
right the first time.
comebacks.
Make
Do it
sure
right the
the
first
things
time.
that you're going to put together last for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Tell me then. We're going to finish up. I'll give me the 15-second answer here, and then we'll finish it up with this on the second show. We're going to do a full second half hour here with Ty and talk a little bit more about all the other important things about how this is done, the challenges he's overcome, and what he's done. But give me 10 seconds now. I've been talking too much. What is the biggest mistake that consumers make?
They wanted the cheapest. That's literally, they wanted the cheapest.
Cheap gets very expensive, everybody. Write that one down. We'll be back here. Stay tuned for another half hour. You can watch all this on our YouTube channel. Giddy up.